Gil and his friend Noah were looking for games for their Sega Saturn at EB Games when they came across Sonic R. Gil was going to ask how much it was, but when he got to the counter, the salesperson told them to take the game for free and get out. When Noah heard the salesman say, "Take the game with you," he dropped the games he was looking for and ran over to Gil. Did he just say we could have the game for free?" he asked. Gil was going to shake his head no, when the salesperson said yes again. Noah grabbed Gil by his arm and the game, and they pulled out of the store and got to his house. When they got inside Noah's house, Noah got his Sega Saturn and Sonic R, and they put the game in. When the game started, they did not see Sonic or Knuckles. They only saw what looked like Tails. Noah thought that it was just a glitch or something, or someone hacked it. But Gil knew it was more than a glitch or a hacked game. Much, much more evil. The first thing they noticed when Noah started playing the first race was the track was full dark red and black, and the music was playing "Can You Feel the Sunshine?" but played backwards. Noah thought this was a hack, but Gil thought the game was haunted. He did not think that their copy was the only haunted version of the game. He thought all of the copies were haunted by one singular entity, Tails. When Noah beat the first race, he unlocked Supersonic. Gil knew that Noah didn't get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, but Noah did not question how he got him. But instead, he stood up and cheered for himself. "How did you unlock him so quickly?" asked Gil. "I don't know!" Noah screamed excitedly. "Why are you questioning it, Gil?" "Something feels weird about this game," Gil said. "The game feels haunted or something." "You've been watching too many horror movies," Noah said. "You know I don't watch that stuff, Noah," Gil said. Noah finished his second race with Supersonic when the game said a challenger was approaching. When the challenger approaching screen faded away, the screen faded into black and stayed black for about 2 minutes. It then cut to a picture of Sonic being violently attacked by what looked like a stuffed animal version of Tails, with a very loud screaming and laughter for a split second. Then it went to the race. When the race started, Supersonic was standing on the track by himself. After the "Ready, Set, Go" was said, Supersonic began to move by himself. Gil looked over to Noah and saw that his hands were not on the controller. As soon as Supersonic crossed the finish line, Noah was able to control him again, and what looked like Tails was right behind him. When Supersonic and Tails crossed the finish line, it looked like Tails won, but it said Supersonic won. That's when it said they unlocked the Tails doll and the Tails doll curse. When this happened, Noah and Gil both looked very confused. Is that a letter?" Noah asked Gil, and all Gil could do was nod his head. Noah went to play as the Tails doll when the letter opened up. "Whatever you do, don't read that letter," Gil warned Noah, but Noah did not listen and read it anyway. What it read was "Can You Feel the Sunshine?" lyrics backwards. When Noah was done, the TV began to vibrate. Noah took a hammer and began to hit the TV when the TV stopped vibrating. "I stopped the TV from vibrating," Noah said. "Yeah, but now how do we play the game?" Gil said. "I have a TV in my room," Noah said as he unplugged the system from the now shattered TV and wall. "You do know that your mom and dad are going to kill you for breaking that TV," Gil said. "I know," Noah said, "but it was worth it." Then they went upstairs to Noah's bedroom. When they got to Noah's bedroom, the broken TV downstairs started to vibrate again. And then the Tails doll came out. Noah and Gil were now playing a different game because of what happened. They were playing Sonic Adventure 2 on the Sega Dreamcast when the doorbell rang. Noah and Gil went to answer the door. When they opened it, no one was there. Noah closed the door when the doorbell rang again. Noah opened the door and no one was there. He closed the door but kept his hands on the doorknob. The doorbell rang again, and Noah opened the door as fast as he could. But no one was there. The only thing that was a Tails doll. Noah brought it inside the house and washed what looked like blood off of it in the kitchen sink. When he washed the blood off it, he sat it up front by a couple of dishes to dry off and went upstairs. That's when the Tails doll stood up and flew off the counter and onto the floor. He then walked up the stairs, and when he flew up them, then he went to Noah's bedroom. Gil then felt like they were being watched by something evil. "Hey, Noah, do you feel like we're being watched?" Gil asked Noah. "Are you sure you don't watch the horror movies?" Noah asked Gil. "Of course I am, I'm sure," Gil said. "I have to go to the bathroom," Gil said. As he was walking to the bathroom, he saw something out of the corner of his eye. It looked like the Tails doll. So he turned towards his left and didn't see anything. He looked to his right and didn't see anything. He thought it was just his imagination and went to the bathroom. When he was going back to the bedroom, he saw something move, so he went to see what it was. He then saw it move again and walked towards it. Gil saw the Tails doll and walked over to pick it up and bring it to the room. He brought it up and showed Noah. Noah asked Gil, "Where did you find it?" "I found it by the stairs," Gil said. "I thought I left it in the kitchen." "Anyway, let's play Sonic R again," Noah said. "Don't you remember what happened before?" Gil said. "Yeah, so?" Noah said. "So do you want to kill your TV too?" Gil said. "That was a freak accident," Noah said as he put the game in the Sega Saturn. He then played the tag game as the Tails doll. And as soon as he tagged the last person, the Tails doll that was in the room came to life. Noah and Gil both stood up and walked towards the door. Noah opened it, and they both ran as fast as they could down the stairs and almost got to the front door when the Tails doll fell in front of them and killed Noah with his razor-sharp claws. This made Gil very angry, and he grabbed a baseball bat and began swinging at the Tails doll. Each hit missed. He swung it one last time before the Tails doll caught it and broke it. Gil then stepped onto its head and ran into the kitchen to get one of the kitchen knives and swung it at the doll again. The Tails doll caught it and killed Gil. The Tails doll went back to the upstairs TV. The police came later to the house because the neighbors called, saying they heard a lot of noise coming from Noah's house. But when they got there, Noah and Gil were both upstairs in Noah's bedroom. One of the police officers took the Sega Saturn to the station, and his partner said that there was no murder weapon. After I had just got home from work one day, I thought I'd buy a game for my son. He was into the Mario, Sonic, and Donkey Kong type of stuff, so I got him a game I didn't think he had played yet. It was Sonic R. It was a racing game, as I heard, and at the time it was pretty new. So I raced home to give him the game, and I kissed my wife on the cheek. I held her, and she was happy about me giving him a present. The excitement filled his eyes, and I could tell he couldn't wait to play it. He went back to his room, and I was right behind him. A couple days passed, and he told me he was almost done with the game. I watched him beat the last boss, and he roared with excitement as he beat it. I felt good for him, patted his head, and asked how it was. The peculiar thing was, as I did, I looked to the credit screen and saw a character I did not recognize. I pointed and said, "What's that, buddy?" He said it was the Tails doll. I asked him what the Tails doll was, and he simply said it was the Tails doll again. I facepalmed and ignored the scenery. I called for him to get in bed, and as he was sleeping, my curiosity got the best of me. I went to his room, very quietly, turned the volume down on his TV, and was ready to play some Sonic R. Knowing he already beat the game, I decided to play through it again, watching him from earlier. I noticed you could play as the Tails doll. Knowing that was the reason I wanted to play the game, I chose him to tag up with some of the gang. It was pretty fun, actually, until I tagged him up with Sonic. Right when I hit that button, my whole life changed. My life was in the palm of its hand. It was all calm at first, I must say. The screen shut off along with the game system. I let things be and went to bed with my wife. She grasped onto me and I did to her, falling into a deep sleep. Around 2 a.m., however, I began hearing thumps on my door. Keeping it shut and knowing my son could get whatever he wanted himself, I just said, "Stop, go back to bed." The thumping kept happening. I got very annoyed, and I noticed as I got up, there was a little shadow under my door. Nothing at all compared to a regular human-sized shadow. I kind of started freaking out. I started to slowly open the door and heard these very faint words I will never forget ever again.
"You're coming with me. Forever."
It was a doll, an evil, blood-covered, possessed little doll. It was from the game, it had to be. It just looked like it. I screamed and woke the whole house up as it began clawing at my toes. Blood was all over the floor. It was growling very aggressively, and as my screaming got louder, my wife called the police. It scattered across the floor, running from me. Its screech was awful. It left a trail of my blood behind. It said it has what it needs. Knowing it couldn't finish its job that night. Ever since to this day, I'm afraid to go to sleep at night. My sleeping patterns are scattered. I go to sleep around 6 a.m. and wake up around 8 p.m. to start my day. I know this may sound fake, but it isn't. I swear, to this very day, I'm shocked to even think about falling asleep at night now.